Yo, what is up? What is up, YouTube gaming family? It's K right here, back with another good video for you guys today. I'm gonna just quickly run down Mauricio Lara's recent performance uh, with his fight against Jose Santa Maria. Um, I have to say, Eddie Hearn is probably one of the dumbest motherfuckers in boxing, but I will be the first one to say that like, Eddie Hearn, you are a bona fide liar, and you make up a lot of stupid shit about boxing predictions. But that's pretty much it with what I have to say about that. But let me quickly run this down, and then I'll get up out of here. Mauricio Lara had a great performance against whatchamacallit. He had a good performance against Jose Santa Maria. Um, it was okay. I mean, he did okay. I mean, he wasn't the super duper greatest. And I think the problem that I have is that, uh, Lara, he has good skills, but when we look at how he scales in the featherweight division, I don't think he goes that far. I think Lara has a lot of deficiencies, especially on defense. And the best fight to look at that, if you guys want to, review how good of a boxer he is looking at Emilio Sanchez. That was like a good fight until the end. But Lara, he definitely did not deserve that KO. I thought that KO, the last hit at the end of the third round, was very dirty by him. He hit Sanchez literally after the bell, and it didn't make any sense. I thought Sanchez, he wasn't too bad with like, the hit, but I think it was just simply due to the fact that Lara, he was fighting dirty and he got away with it. And Ray Cardona, like, I don't know what he smokes coming into his fight, but I think he's one of the dumbest referees when it comes to officiating boxing fights. And I think he's a absolute retard. He's basically like Russell Mora's long lost, retarded brother. But that's just how I feel towards him. I don't like too much about. I really don't respect boxing referees a lot because we already know that boxing referees are 9 times out of 10 they're politicized through a very broken state system, and then they're hired by a promotional company that usually ends up fixing fights. So it's obviously not marketized to a level of which consumers have a fair justice in looking at a fairness of a sport. But if I'm a referee in boxing, I'm making sure that fighters don't hit after the bell. I'm making sure if a fighter does do that, you actually disqualify them or you give them like a heavy penalty where he hit after the bell. But then again, if we have to go to the cards, which, I would say at that point that's a no decision because it's like Sanchez, he's a decent fighter, but it's like he's not like he's not supposed to like be in these type of wars where he should get stopped. Like he's obviously like a bona fide power puncher, and he's decent. But Lara did not deserve that victory. That was obviously gifted to him because he has a lot of hype around him, and he's okay. He's not like the greatest fighter out there. He's been stopped too. If like for those of you that want to try to hide the fact that he's just this ultimate badass, but when you look at his Elliot Chavez defeat, he got blown out in 1 round. This is like after like a 12 fight win streak that he had leading into Elliot Chavez. He was like what 12-1, right? But either way, like it clearly shows like people don't want to be honest about that, and they try to act like Mauricio Lara was this great fighter. Yeah, he came in 11-1 at that fight, but still, he dominated him, which is a very good that's a good win because that win ages well. But now look at where Lara has gone from that loss. He fought a 9-0 guy, Sergio Chirino Sanchez, 10-1, 6-2, 17-7, 16-7, 10-0, 7-3, 7-3-4, 8-5-1, 8-6-1, 16-6-2, 28, 10-0, 30-0, and 30-1, which those are the Josh Warrington, fights. But either way, I would definitely rate his strength of resume a solid like 7 out of 10. It could be way better, and I understand due to the business of boxing, certain fighters just don't have the right promotional platform to give them the fights that they want in their perfect world. But the problem with boxing is that it's not a marketized matchmaking system where every fighter should be fighting each other actively. Like if you're a top guy and the next guy is a top guy next to you, and I don't give a fuck about, oh, well, we were friends bullshit. No, if you're in the same division, you should fight everyone in your division. And that, like, that includes people that you've grown up with. Like, I don't care what it is. Like, you want a world title that bad, you have to go through some really, mental, challenges to get up there. If you have to fight your friend or fight your brother or fight your sister for a world title, unless they don't want to fight you, and then they'd be like, okay, there you go, man. I'll fight somebody else for it. That doesn't really mean any. Like, that doesn't make you like a good fighter if you do, like, if you say or do stuff like that. But still, it's like, you know, you like, if you want to be the best in boxing, you have to put yourself in there with the best, and you have to take a lot of destructive challenges put in front of you, and you have to make a lot of sacrifices to make yourself, the best fighter out there. So, with Lara's recent opponent with Jose San Martin, this is an absolute step down in competition. Because Jose San Martin, he was a quote unquote, they said he was a 25-year-old fighter, which I don't think so. Like, they definitely had like, the age wrong. Because DAZN listed him at, what? They listed him at like 40 years old the day of the, or the night of the fight. So I don't know what they were looking at. I don't think he's 25. I think he looked like he was a 40-year-old man, and he got beat up like he was a 40-year-old man. So this didn't make any sense whatsoever. This is an absolute just beatdown. And I mean, Lara, credit to him. He's definitely willing to like fight anybody, but I don't really think so. I think Lara, he's fighting whoever DAZN puts him in front of, and then once he gets his opportunity, just wait. It's gonna end up like a Jaime Munguia situation where when he's offered like a big money fight and people say, "Hey, you want to fight this guy? You want to fight that guy?" It's going to end up just like that because Lara, he knows his place in the sport, and I think that's what's going to end up happening. But that's just my initial thoughts on what he will move as a fighter. That doesn't mean he could act like that. I think Lara has great skills, but when you look at where the scaling is as his skill set, he's been hurt and he's been going to wars with like lesser opposition fighters. So, you know, I don't think Lara is like the bad. He's not like the ultimate badass that's gonna take over 126. But when you look at this division, man, like there's a lot of killers in this division. You got Robesi Ramirez. You got Luis Alberto Lopez, who will be fighting Josh Warrington. You got shit. You got Gary Russell if he still wants to mix it up with some people. You got Emmanuel Navarrete. I think Lara and Navarrete makes a lot more sense if Lara does get a title or he goes that route and facing Navarrete. But I heard Navarrete is trying to move up, so now that Shakur Stevenson's out of the picture, he should like honestly Navarrete should just move up. He should just he should move up to 130 and he should go ahead and just get his belt and he could do the same thing. He could just become a three division world champion fighting a bunch of nobodies. But I think definitely on the top rank banner, if he does go to 130, the only thing that I could think of is he'll very well just end up you know facing maybe Archie Sharp or Oscar Valdez. I'm not too sure how Oscar Valdez is gonna move his career, but looking at the super featherweight division, um, we have some decent fighters on this top 10. But yeah, you got Oscar Valdez. I don't know why Mark Magsayo is listed as a super featherweight, but if he's planning on moving up, by all means do it because I think him and Hector Garcia would make a good fight right now. Shakur, he's out of the picture. Oshaki, he's going to be facing Ray Vargas, for those of you that don't know. Shazva Kazazan Rakimov. Um, he'll be going up against man, who's that other dude that he said he's gonna face? Fuck. Um, hold on, Rakimov, Tapeology. I forgot who he's gonna face, but I know he's gonna be facing some dude by the name of shit. Who is the guy that he said he's gonna face? Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. All right, I found the fight that he's gonna be fighting up against. Rakimov will be going up against Zelfa Barrett. He's that black fighter out of the UK for the IBF Super World Championship. So this is for the title vacancy. This will be an interesting fight. I think Rakimov might beat Zelfa, but if Zelfa beats him, that's going to be a very interesting win. So I don't know how this fight will play out. I think Rakimov should get the victory, and he could fuck around and stop Zelfa because Zelfa, he doesn't have any power. He's not that good of a fighter. But either way, decent fighter. Um, I think where the lines will go in terms of the political judging, I think Rakimov might get that victory. But also, don't forget the ladies card for undisputed at super lightweight with Chantel Cameron. You know the beautiful queen going up against Jessica McCaskill. I can't wait for that fight. I think Chantel. She might be successful up against her, but I think Jessica's gonna beat her. I think Jessica, she's way too skilled, and she has a lot more um, she has a lot more pressure and dog than Chantel. But if she does get outboxed and it ends up like a Katie Taylor fight, I don't really have too much to really say about how the outcome will be. I think Jessica, all she does is just brawl. She doesn't have too much defense. She doesn't move around. She's starting to do it a little bit more, but knowing how she's at in her career, she is using her pressure to start, knocking ladies out. So, I mean, it's a good style to have, but against a bona fide like boxer, volume puncher in Chantel, I think she should just use her boxing skills first and then break her down if she's trying to, knock her out. Hold on, give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Yo, I'm back. So yeah, let's get right into it, man. The final points about Mauricio Lara is that he definitely has skills, but when we do look at the scaling of where he's at as a fighter, um, I think Mauricio Lara can definitely take out some of the guys at 126. I think that being of a maybe like a Mark Maxio if he is at that level. But either way, no, there's some good competition in the pool. Um, Obviously, what I said about the female fight between Jessica McCaskill and Chantel Cameron, that'll be a good fight. That's on the Dimitri Bivol versus Zerto Ramirez fight card, so I can't wait for that. I got Bivol stopping Zerto or just outpointing him. Either way, good fight. Can't wait. It's going to be a very, very difficult fight. But I think Bivol, he's just going to edge him out. But let's just take a look at the picture of this division. We have Lara at number 5 on BoxRec. I obviously don't, look at it like that. But either way, he's a top 10 featherweight. And I think the best route of what I believe Lara will go to will be a fight with Lee Wood for the WBA regular title, and then he's gonna go ahead and fight Leo Santa Cruz. I think that's gonna be the best route for him. Leo, he's a decent fighter. Don't get it twisted. Like, I mean, he obviously got cooked by Gervonta Davis back in 2020, and he had a great fight against Keenan Carabajal, who then later, came back into the mix and stopped his recent opponent in 3 rounds. So um, he's a good fighter, man. I never really hated on Keenan. It's just that with Leo Santa Cruz, that was a fight where he should have won that fight, and he kind of just let the fight, slip away. But yeah, I think Leo Santa Cruz, he has a lot of years left in him, and at the state of where he's at right now in the featherweight division, there's a lot of good fights right now for him. But I think where he's gonna go, he's probably just gonna end up facing somebody for the WBC, or at least like a title unification of some sort. But that's pretty much what I have to say about Mauricio Lara. Let me know what you guys think. Do you think he's ready for the top dogs at 126, or do you think he still has a little bit of growing left to do? And which fights do you think he should go to? All right, I'll see you guys later. Have a great day. Peace out and salute to the mighty, mighty LDBC and TWT. Peace out and goodbye.